Listen, everybody, get your glasses ready. We about to get into it, man. All right, y'all know what time it is. Up to it, down to it. Y'all know how we do it, yo.
And for the record, because I know y'all see me not finish that. This is a glass. That ain't no shot glass. So, I'm taking shots, but it's a glass full. Whatever. Let's go forward.
Hey, listen.
We understand. We understand.
Some of you absolutely are sharing our sentiments about this adulting life. First of all, can I yell at our parents real quick? Can I yell at our parents and our uncles and our aunts for not warning us that it was like this?
I feel like they tried to, though, but we were so stubborn. We were, when I grow up, I'm a do this, and I can't wait to move on my own so I can make my rules and blah. And they were like, all right, just
all right, yep.
Just you know what though? You know what too? It was different, because I guess depending on age difference or age, how far you're far apart from me. I'm the baby, so when my parents grew up, it was totally different. I mean, it wasn't even cell phones, so there wasn't a lot of things actually.
Wasn't a lot of things. Yeah,
wasn't a lot of things.
What a time to be alive, man.
So now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, but still, the basic things, like growing up, I can't remember them going, including me in the conversation when it came to bills, paying certain bills, and just being aware of certain things. The gas bill. I already knew about everybody. Everybody knows about the air conditioning, because you better not leave that door open. You better close that door.
Don't leave them lights on either.
You better not leave them lights on either, right? But I mean, it's the other things. And these days, you got like different streaming services, you cell phone bills, different. I mean, it's just a lot of bills on top of bills on top of bills.
We prostituting to fill up gas tanks.
Oh my gosh!
Hey man, you guys show a little leg to get something in your tank right now.
Listen, that's just for half a tank. You're gonna have to do something strange if you wanted to go to full.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna have to F to get to F.
But I mean, literally,
the drinks have kicked in already. First shot, we want first shot in. That's how it is.
But what got paid? Daycare got paid. Car note got paid. Gas, electric, cell phone bills, which I mean they hit you over the head. I'm like, Cricket Wireless is looking more and more attractive till I realize I ain't gonna be able to reach nobody. But listen, I almost will take the terrible service if I can pay a solid $45 a month and leave it. I just don't know. Whew.
I don't know if I can make that sacrifice. I use my phone way too much. I don't. Look. I dig it. But I don't know if I could. I'm at to cut some streaming services. It's a bunch of Disney can count their days. Disney's days are numbered in this house.
I don't know. You might want to hold on to Disney. Netflix though should count its days. Netflix has dropped off. Like
Netflix can count its days too. Hulu can count its days too. There's a bunch of y'all can count your days.
Listen, all of them about to count their days, because listen, with my look with my wife's tinker garden and getting back outside and doing all that, I'm digging it. We went camping not too long ago and unplugged from everything. I'm digging it. So I already cut like two streaming services off. I'm hacking away. These bills about to get a real topping.
It's funny you mentioned unplugging. The family, we all went to go see my grandmother and my aunt and my uncle in upstate New York. They live, up in the mountains in upstate New York. And I literally 4.5 of my 5Gs were left at the bottom of that mountain. So I had no signal, none. Could make no. I don't know if I could make an emergency call if I was getting attacked by a coyote. I don't know if I could have actually called anybody.
You couldn't even call Jesus.
I couldn't for real. I'm not, I'm not sure that the signal would have even went there. The reception was that bad. You know what I'm saying? I had to send my prayers to voicemail. So it was, but I'm gonna tell you though, but being away from all of that, just being disconnected, there was something freeing about being disconnected from everything and everybody. So in ways to cope with, and I'm gonna get to some of these comments in a second, in ways to cope with some of this tiredness, I recommend everybody seriously find some time to take time to yourself, away from everything and from everybody. If you married, spend time with your spouse. Just take some time to spend some time with your spouse. If you got kids, do that. If you ain't got none of the above, spend some time with you. You know what I'm saying? I seriously recommend that. It was so refreshing to just be disconnected from the world for 3 or 4 days. So
yeah, that's what's up. But like Tristan said, what we're dealing with in this generation is definitely unprecedented. I mean, from having to hit the pandemic and just the world kind of shut down to trying to get back to something that's normal, but like people aren't wanting to go back to work. Like I think we said this before, like fast food ain't even fast no more because you don't have many workers in the fast food places. So you're sitting in drive-through lines for forever, especially because a lot of them still won't open up their insides for you to go in to get food. So like,
is it still like that? Are some places still really doing that?
Yeah, there are quite a few places around me that from time to time, either because they're so short staffed or just because stuff is a little wild, they will not open up their inside to patrons. So you got to go through the drive-through.
Now that's interesting. So let me ask you this: do you think that people don't want to go back to work because they don't want to go back to work, or because they don't believe that the work is worth it for the amount of money they make?
I think it's a combination of things. It depends on where you're working. So
but McDonald's is paying doggone $15 an hour now.
But that's
you know what I'm saying?
But that amounts to nothing when
gas prices went back.
A third of that just to get to and from work. And then you try to live somewhere and some more stuff. That kind of thing is hard. But on like the more corporate side, once people discovered that these like meetings were really emails, they didn't want to be sitting in meetings all day or just being around your family. Like my therapist and my primary care physician are both leaving the practice, and they both said they just want, like, because they were home with their families for so long, they enjoyed that and they want more of that. So people are
I dig that,
are reprioritizing and just doing a new thing. So I think it's a combination of things.
But a lot of jobs can be done remote, and I think that was something that was discovered from the shutdown, is that a lot of jobs can seriously be done from your home. They could be. Now I do understand also why people don't want you to do work from home, because they can't keep eyes on you. But
Trey, you say discovered, I say I told you so.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, hell yeah.
Handful of us out there has been saying this for quite some time, and now we're saying we told you so.
Our generation, millennials definitely been saying this. Like, I could do this at home, and this could have been an email. Like, we've been saying that.
And you know what though? I also feel like I'm tired from just the pace of it all. I don't know.
What do you mean by
I meant to take some time this week to really, ask like my parents and some older people, how was the pace, in your time? Because I feel like in our day, everything is just so now instant gratification, got to be here, got to work. We're putting in, 12, 14 hours of work, because I'm including travel time, because, my commute to work right now is anywhere from, an hour 30 to 2 hours if there's an accident, and I know some others have commutes just like that. And so it's like we're spending so much time working and on to the next thing. Is like, whenever I do get some free time, I feel like, if I get a chance to myself, I feel bad, because I feel like I'm supposed to be doing something.
Yeah.
So I'm also tired because my brain has now been accustomed to just going. Like,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
And
so I want to know if this was the norm. I miss the norm for us.
Yeah, the amount of time we lose just commuting to and from work. While I was virtually teaching, it was beautiful to just be able to shut my laptop as soon as school was over and immediately take my son outside for a walk. Now, school ends, we got to wait for buses to pull out a parking lot. Then we got to wait a little longer before we can contractually leave. Then you got to fight traffic to get home. So by the time you've been sat in traffic and all of that, like, you're tired. So you lose a lot of energy in the commute. And I think that part takes away from people too. And like you said, if it seems like you can do things remotely, which, I don't there are parts of education that I love remotely, but I understand some things just have to happen in person. But for people who do work those kind of jobs that you really just don't need to be in there, why would I want to drive an hour in both directions for something that I can do from the comfort of my home or while pushing a cart through Target? You're still getting the job done. So yeah, it's just a lot to it.
Right. That's it. I think in the end, there's a work-life balance, and the work-life balance has almost become a myth nowadays. And people. The thing about it is, again, because a lot of things can be done from home or can be done based on the skill set that you've acquired. Right. If you have an acquired skill set, like you can cook, or you can fix things. Auto mechanics, or computers, or production, or something like that. That's an asset. That skill set is an asset that you can be using to build your own empire, as opposed to working for somebody else and droning on and on and on, pushing paper for 8 to 10 hours because you got to pay bills. And I think more people are beginning to discover that. And so I don't necessarily think that. I don't necessarily think that people are lazy necessarily. However, then again, when you factor in comments, like actual stuff like this is legit. I'm not saying that this, Melody's lazy. You're not lazy, but this is legit. At this point, it feels like it's more beneficial and makes more financial sense to just sit home and collect unemployment. You're losing so much time, like you said, in the preparation for work. I just recently changed jobs, right? The preparation for work. I was in management, so the night before prep, and then there's the early morning prep, and then there's the conference call and the emails you got to check, and it's all for 2 or 3 or 4 hours before you even get to work. In some cases, right? And then you work for 8 or 9 or 10 hours, depending on what's necessary, and then there's the post work. Decompress. Like, that takes a lot out of you to do that 4 and 5, and in some people's cases 6 days a week. So I totally understand why people are. I don't want to say. I know, Melody. I know you work. You bust your.
I saw it too.
I know. That's not what I was saying. I wasn't saying that. I know. But no, man. I think that's why people are just trying to get that. They're trying to get more life. Like Will was saying, that work-life balance, and people right now really have a work balance. Work or less work balance, work till my day off balance, work to, look forward to Friday balance. And at some point we got to get out of that mentality.
Because even on the day off, then you taking care of your home stuff, your personal stuff.
Adulting.
You're
adulting at its finest.
It's a trap.
Food and groceries.
Yeah, I need some time so I can get my oil changed, so I can get my tires rotated. So I
just changed my own oil.
So I can go renew my license, so I can, adulting. And that's the good part. Like, you think you got it all together, and then life, that Usher meme, watch this. As soon as you think it's all together, watch this.
Yeah. Watch this.
Bro, I came home from the grocery store with like maybe 4 bags and still spent over $100. Like, and I looked for the sales.
This inflation thing is too much. It's too much, yo.
Matter of fact, it might have been. I think it was 3 bags. It's crazy.
Inflation is ghetto. Seriously,
real ghetto.
Adulting at its finest.
See, and we I don't know about you. I ain't really learned nothing about inflation when I was a kid. Didn't no grown up tell me, one day you're gonna have to grow up and you might have to go through a global pandemic, inflation, a couple of wars, a potential food shortage, because that's what we about to hit.
The one thing I learned about early was taxes, because we had, and it was the wildest thing. Next to our apartment on Dodge Park Road, it was a store called a 25-hour store. And I don't know how you get to like 25 because it's only 24 hours of the day and the store wasn't even open 24/7. So like whatever. But like I used to could take a quarter and get my little Debbie snack cake. And then one day I put the snack cake on the counter and it was like, that'll be 27 cents. And I was like, what? And so like I literally like somebody had a penny on them and I found one on the floor. But like I saw just how fast, you know, things change. So
yeah. I dig that, but can I just say
that comment right there,
this right here, right here, that's ghetto. That is not right, dog.
What?
It's $1.25 tree.
Yo, change the name.
It's $1.
What are we doing? What's going on?
And no, that's not the tax with it. That's what
Right.
that's what they're selling it for.
The dollar and change tree.
This is that means inflation has gone up at bare minimum 25%, enough to hit a Dollar Tree. Wow.
Like cases of water are ridiculously like inflated now. Just everything. Seriously.
You know that I'm gonna tell you. I lamented so much having to put gas in the car anywhere near New York.
It's okay.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
It's all right.
You know what hurt the most? You know what hurt the most? It was the lack of respect. It was the lack of respect is what hurt more. I mean, the other thing hurt too. What the gas pump clearly did back there hurt too. But the lack of respect is what hurt the most. That's what I'm offended the most by.
Soon as you click it on, they click back off.
Bro,
it'd be like, what you no click what? Yeah. I know we got y'all drinking heavy. Y'all, you know, it's okay. What we all hurt.
Listen,
we all hurt.
We all are. None of us are feeling it. That 25 cents, $8 Dollar Tree. Y'all share this so somebody on Dollar Tree is, you know, Dollar Tree CEO hear this. That ain't cool. Take the quarter back. Let me make that. Is that like a thing? I don't know. That sounds better. Take the quarter back. I don't know. I don't know. I suck at hashtags. I'm not good at hashtags, and I've been drinking. Y'all got to help me out.
Take the quarterback. No Deshaun Watson.
No, but did he do it though? But did he do it though?
We're not going there. We're not going back.
That's not on the list.
We're not doing it. But listen, I'm truly offended and hurt every single time I go to the gas pump, and here's why. You know, to work, I drive the little car, the Toyota Corolla. There is no reason I should be putting $48 to $55 in a Toyota Corolla
at all, under any circumstances. It's not okay.
That ain't right.
It's not right.
What?
It's the most ghetto thing I think I've ever witnessed.
What? All right, before we actually start crying, what's next?
Yeah, I'm about to say I think we off that. I think we're off that.